This is super exciting. This time tomorrow, Kari and I will be on a plane heading up to Kuala Lumpur and on our way to Nepal. This is going to be an amazing trip. It's one I've been looking forward to pretty much ever since I was a kid. When you grow up in New Zealand, you always know about the Himalaya because of Edmund Hillary, who was the first guy to ever climb Everest. And I've always been excited about maybe going up. We met a good friend, Jo, who has a shop here in Adelaide. She lived in Nepal for 10 years, married a Nepalese guy. We're going up and I'm going to shoot a little bit of video with her about potential tours she's taking up there, but there's a few other things we're doing and I'll talk to you about that. So here's what I want to do. I set myself a bit of a gear challenge. For those of you who saw my early video about going to Easter Island, where I went through all the gear I was taking, may have watched that and thought I was a bit cuckoo because of the amount of gear I was taking. There was a lot. In total, we took nearly 100 kilograms of gear in total with all our clothes and stuff. I'm doing things a little different this time. So here's what I want to do. The challenge I set myself is I am only taking what I could get on this table. So I'm going to go through it with you, pop it over here, and we'll get it in the bag. And I'll talk to you through it. So here's a couple of things. It's a very challenging trip, this one, because I'm doing 3 different things. Firstly, I'm shooting video. Now, not just general video, I'm also planning on doing a bit of an interview with Jo while I'm up there. And there's going to be a lot of moving around as well. When we went to Easter Island, it was a little different because we stayed in one hotel and we were based there. This time we're moving a lot. We're staying in about 4 different places. We're moving from one side of Nepal to the other. So yeah, so there's a few challenges there. I'll talk you through those. Anyway, so let's go through it. The very first thing, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of light painting when I'm up there. Not a lot. It's not the focus of the trip. Kari and I have not had a holiday for a very long time, so we're planning on actually doing some holidaying up there, which is really exciting. So what I've done is I've challenged myself to take as little light painting gear as possible, so let's go through that first. Alright, so I am taking with me 2 torches and 1 universal connector. This is crazy. I'm taking 1 light flute, only 1. I am taking with me, this is crazy, I hope you can't hear the rain too bad. I'm taking 1 ball of light tool and I'm taking 4 heads. That's right, only 4. Absolutely nuts. Alright, the next thing I'm taking is I'm taking some light blade gear. So I'm taking 1 Kaio with me and I'm taking 5 blades. I'm going to be, actually, there's a couple more. I'm going to be taking some clear ones with me, but that's all the blades that I'm taking. I'm also going to be taking some gels and a roll of tape. So I'm showing you absolutely everything that I'm taking. I'm not leaving anything behind. I'm taking 1 chromolite. I'm taking my favorite one, which is the purple one, because I think that suits where we're going. Nepal is a beautiful, rich place. All right, so let's take a look at that. Torches. I've got my two Clarises, XT11S, I think I'm taking. All right, so that is it. Believe it or not, that is all the light painting gear that I'm taking to Nepal. That's crazy. But I tell you what a great challenge to really challenge myself to see if I can create some magic just with that stuff. All right, let's get that out of the way. So let's talk about what I'm shooting. So I'm going to be creating some video while I'm up there. Now, for me, this is going to be my base video gear. It's an EM1 Mark II with a grip. Now, a lot of people don't use the grip. The reason I use the battery grip is because I have big hands, and it means that it's easy for me to hold. Obviously, if you're shooting in portrait, you can use the grip that way. But for video, for me, it's great because it means I can just sit nice and stable. So, I'm taking the EM1 Mark II, the 12-100 f4 stabilized lens. This thing is a video monster. 12mm to 100, which in full frame is equivalent to 24 to 200. The range of this thing is mind-bending and it's super stable. So that's my main video gear, is the EM1 Mark II 12-100. So we're taking that. I'm also taking the camera that is videoing this, which is another EM1 Mark II with a battery grip and the 7-14mm f2.8 lens. That is going to be my main stills gear. So when I'm up there, I'm pretty much going to have one body that I'm using for video and one that I'm using for stills. Now, you can't go to a beautiful place like Nepal and not think about portraiture or images around the city. So this is the glass that I'm taking. I am taking all of my primes, and you'll see in a minute when I start putting it into the bag why. I'm taking these. I've got the 25 f1.2, the 17 f1.2, and the 45 f1.2. Three absolutely incredible prime lenses, and look at the size of them. Absolutely crazy how small and light these things are. So I'm taking those. Beautiful lenses. Now, I'm also taking my EM10 Mark III. The main thing I'll be using this for is time lapses. So while I'm working with stills and video elsewhere, I'll be using this to do time lapses. That's the 12-40 lens on there, f2.8. Stunning piece of glass again. Needs a bit of a clean. So that's coming with me. I love this camera, EM10 Mark III. Now, the lady that we're going up with, Jo, her daughter Sienna is coming with us, and here's what I'm doing. I asked her if she was keen on photography. She said she would really like to, but she doesn't have a camera. So this is a little EM10. I'm gonna be putting this around her neck. I'll put a strap on it. It's got a beautiful little pancake lens on there, and I'm gonna teach her how to take photography while we're away. It'll be a beautiful little camera for her to use, so Sienna's taking that. So that's all the Olympus gear that I'm taking, 2 EM1 Mark IIs, an EM10 Mark III, and an EM10. Absolutely beautiful bit of kit, and you'll see in a minute why it's so wonderful when you're traveling like I am, moving around. Okay, other camera gear. I am taking my Ricoh Theta V. We're going to be doing some 360 while I'm up there. Even if I don't, the great thing about this camera is it's so tiny that even if I don't shoot a lot of 360 stuff with it, it doesn't matter. It is minuscule and it just sits in the bag nice and easily. Okay, other camera gear. Okay, here we go. This is a new addition to my kit. I bit the bullet. And I bought a GoPro. I bought the Hero 5 Black. This is I literally have not shot anything with this thing, but the main reason I'm taking this is we're going to be doing a lot of driving around Kathmandu and up in Pokhara in tuk-tuks or in tuk-tuks, but we're also getting a vehicle. We're driving 8 hours from Kathmandu up to Pokhara, and I'll grab this and I'll stick it on the screen. I've got a suction cup to put it on the car. So great little camera for doing traveling around in bits and pieces. So I'll be taking that with me, and the associated suction caps and bits and pieces. So that's coming. First time I've owned a GoPro and really used it seriously. Here's some other stuff. These are my filters. So I take, I got some variable ND filters that I take for putting onto the Olympus Prime glass. So I take those with me. All right, what other cameras are we taking? That's it. So that's all the camera gear that I'm taking. And I'll tell you what, if I can't capture absolute gold with that, there's something wrong with me. Excellent. Let's talk about audio. So on the camera here that's recording this video is the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus. Now this is quite a new mic for me, but brilliant for doing what I'm doing, which is a lot of sort of moving around with Jo. We're going to be in and out of buildings, walking in and out of the street, and that is fantastic for grabbing just general ambient sound. But also if she's talking to the camera, or I want anyone to be talking to the camera, the quality of this mic is amazing. I'll be taking the Dead Cat with it, which is just brilliant. So that's coming. Let's talk about mounting and grips. So I bought this pole for the GoPro. I'll be taking that. I don't even know when I'll use it. Stick it out the car or something. You've got to have a bit of fun with that. What else am I taking? Here we go with regards to, okay. So let's talk about light. So while I'm up there, I potentially am going to be doing a couple of interviews, and we are going to be inside quite a bit. So I'm taking 2 of these with me. These are my little LED Go panels. Brilliant. The batteries they take are tiny, and you get a mountain of light out of these. And the great thing about these as video lights is you can mount them to the top of the camera, but also they will mount onto a tiny little light stand like this. Weighs nothing, great for travel. So that's coming. Lights, a light stand. I'm taking 1 stills tripod. This is my Manfrotto. This is an 055 CXP Pro 3, whatever. It's carbon fiber. Now check this out. You can see it's been pretty hammered, this guy. I take it in the ocean when I'm doing liquid light, and we had it out on the salt. It's a stunning tripod. I have seen some pretty ratchet stuff from Manfrotto in recent years, but I have had this for about 6 years now. I thrash it, and it goes just fine. A magnesium head and bits and pieces. So that's my main tripod. The other tripod I'm taking, because we're going to be shooting a lot of video on this trip, and I used this over on Easter Island, and it is just gorgeous. This is I think it's a B3. Yeah, it's a Manfrotto B3, but the great thing about this is it has, the head is adjustable. So you can adjust the level of the head. It's a proper video mic. Chris Iwalker recommended this to me. He does a huge amount of travel stuff, legend, and this is great. I absolutely love this tripod. So that's coming with us. That's my video tripod. It's small, it weighs very little. So that's coming. So you can see, not taking a lot of stuff. The great thing is, and we're producing a lot of video, a lot of stills, and some light painting. Okay, I take a lens bag so I can have that on my hip. Have it on my hip so I can just have lenses sitting in there nice and easy. Okay, boring stuff, charging. I'm going to be charging quite a bit of stuff, but in real terms, I'm not taking a lot. In here, what I've got is, I've got my Claris battery charger for the batteries. I've got my 2 video light chargers. I've got my laptop charger. I'm taking 2 EM1 chargers and an EM10 charger. So it's not too bad, actually. I'm pretty happy with that on this trip. I know we took a massive amount of chargers to Easter Island. Now batteries, I've got some EM10 batteries, got my video light batteries, and I take a bunch of EM1 batteries with me. Again, they're lightweight, they don't weigh a lot. What have we got in here? I have cables for some audio, bits and pieces. My remotes. Now, when I'm doing for my light painting, these are my remotes. They're the new Harnell Capture. These things are great. And what I love about these, of all the things I love about these, is they take a AA battery, which is brilliant. So they're coming with me. Spare plates, cards. So this is how I manage my cards. I have in there, I have ready to use. A bit snivelly. And in here, used and backup. So that's how I manage my cards. I take my air and a drive for backup. So that's how I manage the data. I've got I use the Black Rapid special slidey. Call it? Camera strap, that's what I take. These are the 2 little Black Rapid things that go on that. A little battery pack for things if I run out of battery. So there you go. So that's pretty much everything there. Spare batteries. I always take spare batteries with me. Now, and this is a great little Claris headlamp. It's my favourite. Patrick Rochon gave this to me as a gift. You legend. Now, this, I am still here or there whether I'm taking this with me. This is my gimbal. It's really light. It hardly weighs anything. It's beautiful to use. I don't always use it. And the reason that I am balking about maybe taking it or not is just ease of getting around with it, but the big one is that the stabilization inside the Olympus cameras is absolutely mind-bendingly good. And when you combine it with the stabilization that is in the 12-100, it is just the most incredible lens for stability. You can walk and shoot with this, but I've got this idea in my head of a shot when we're either at Kathmandu or Pokhara, walking through the markets or walking through crowds of people. I am going to be shooting Jo, who's the lady who we're producing the video for, and I've got this vision of just a beautiful walking shot following her. So I may or may not take this. I think it's going to come down to room in the bag. All right, so there we go. There is, that's all the gear I'm taking, which really, when you think about it, when you think about the need to have tripods, all the video that I'm shooting, all the stills that I'm planning on shooting, I need light, I need audio, and really, it's quite amazing how compact that is. So what I'm going to do now is let's break out the bag, and I'm going to show you how much I can get into this bag. And then I'll show you what I'm going to be leaving at our base where we're staying and not carrying around with me, which is very little. Cool, let's do that. Nepal, what? All right, so here we've got our stuff that we're taking away with us to Nepal. Now, this is my, I've owned a lot of camera bags. My wife calls me bag boy, and that's because I have a lot of bags. I've probably got like really half a dozen, maybe even 8 to 10 camera bags. This is my absolutely the best bag I've ever owned, and for a whole lot of reasons. I have quite a bad back, and this gives me a huge amount of support on my back. It's called, now it is a low pro, and the model is Whistler BP450AW, whatever that means. And what I want to show you now is just how much that I can get into this bag. Now, I took this to Easter Island with me. I've taken it all over Australia. I bought it to go to the UK. And the reason that it is so beautiful for travel, especially when you combine it with the Olympus gear, is just how much that I can get into here. Now, although I do have a bad back, I'm quite a strong guy, so I can carry quite a bit of weight. So we've got the main compartment. You can do the whole removing thing. I've never ever done that. One of the great things about traveling with this bag is it has this top compartment here that you can just get so much stuff into. And when I'm traveling, I put all my travel stuff in here, things that I need to quickly get access to. It has this huge front compartment. The amount of stuff you can get in here is crazy, and I'll show you what I do with that when I'm doing this sort of travel. And it's got all sorts of straps and bits and pieces on it. So, watch this, this will blow you away. Now, I am filming this on one of my EM1s, so I'll tell you how that would go into here, but watch this. I've got the EM1 Mark II with the 12 to 100 on it. Now, something to remember is that when I'm away, so when I'm up in Nepal, I'll be carrying the bag, but I'll also always have at least one of these cameras out on a strap over my shoulder and using it. So you don't have to have that in here, but watch this. So I pop one of the EM1s in here. Now let's just see if you can see that. Yep, so one of the EM1s pops in here. I don't take off the lens hood. Now that's got a grip in it. So here are my three primes. So they go into, I slot those into here. Now these are f1.2. These are f1.2 prime lenses, and they just slot into there like that. Now what else do I normally? So when I'm, so this is the EM10 Mark III. That slides into here, nice and easily like that. Now, if I'm out and about shooting, I normally have my remotes. So they tuck into there like that. Now, what else do I normally have in here? Here are my filters. So these are my ND filters and variable filters. They pop into here as well. Now, the mic that I have on the top of here will slot into here as well. So there's a little space in here for that. Now the GoPro, I probably will carry the GoPro in here as well. Now this is because this is quite new to me. So we'll pop that in there. And the rest of it will probably not, I don't know why I would need to have anything else with me in there. The suction, of course. So I want to have, if I'm out and about in Kathmandu or up in Pokhara, I want to have this with me, which is the suction cup for just popping it on a window quickly. That's the main reason why I'm taking it with me. What else have we got in here? So chargers and bits and pieces will probably stay in my main luggage. They don't need to be with me at all. So let's see how we go. All right, my 360 camera, that sits in there as well. That just pops in there. Filters. All right. So imagine, if you will, there's one. So in there, I've got two bodies. I've got the EM1 Mark II. I've got the EM10 Mark III. I've got the 12 to 40 f2.8 Pro. I've got the 12 to 100. That's my main video lens, and I've got 3 f1.2 prime lenses. Now the camera that I'm recording this on, the other EM1 Mark II, and the microphone, they slot into here. So the EM1 just slots into here, and the microphone pops into the side there, and I'll show you what I do with the dead cat. So that's what I keep in the main compartment of my camera bag. That closes up. Now when I'm wandering around, can you see this? Yeah, when I'm wandering around, in the top compartment here, I'll keep things like my filters, I probably spare batteries. So, you know, here's some spares. I probably, if I'm going out, I probably wouldn't take all of those with me. I'll probably just take a couple. Fluffy, obviously, for the mic in case we go out and it's really windy. What else? I might take my, oh no, the camera strap. I'll have one of the cameras over my shoulder anyway. So just for now, we'll leave that in there. Now, alrighty, so let's have a bit of a think about tripods. So when I'm out and about, like if we're wandering around Kathmandu or up in Pokhara, the only tripod I'm going to need is the video tripod, because I'm not going to be doing any light painting or time lapse or anything unless that's sort of pre-planned. So the small tripod, the video tripod, I will probably, now it packs up really small, but the purpose of wandering around with it, I will probably have it down and just have it on the side like this. And if I need the light stand, so if I know I'm going to be going out and I may be doing an interview with Joe or to camera myself, the light stand can go on here as well. But the reality is, I think I will know when I'm going to be doing that, and I won't be carrying it around with me all the time, but that just goes on there like that. So they are really lightweight. So there I've got my video tripod and my light stand. And if I'm going out light painting, this tripod can come on the side of this bag here, which is pretty cool. And this is a serious tripod. This one here comes up to full height. I could be standing with it next to me at full height. So that goes in there, like that. All right, so then what we've got on this bag, which is amazing, is this huge compartment here. Now, if I am going to be going out and I know that I'm going to be doing some light painting, as well as all my other stuff, watch this. This is mad. So I can now put all of my light painting gear into here. I can put the video lights in here. we got? We got the GoPro stand there, my torches. So I've got my 2 Claris torches. Actually, I'll put them in the top here because we don't want them turning on. I probably wouldn't take these with me. Alright, ball of light tool. So I've got that in there. I've got the heads in there. Audio gear will go in the top. GoPro stuff doesn't need to come with us. Memory cards will go on the top. Alright, I've got the coyote. Blades. My flute. That's got to go in. If I'm heading out, like this is a, look at that, that can go in there like that. Got my chroma light. You know, I probably wouldn't take this with me all the time, but for the purpose of the exercise, watch this. So that's in there. What else? Headlamp. Okay, so that stuff goes in there like that. Alright. Stand the bag up, can you still see it? Yep. So in this compartment in the top here, I've got my Claris torches, I've got the fluffy, I've got batteries. I need that for audio, memory cards. Now, my laptop and stuff is going to be staying in my main kit, and wherever my main bag is will be staying there. I would never take that with me out if I'm wandering around. The mic kit, same thing. I'm only going to be using this once on the entire trip, so that will stay in my main gear. My chargers will stay in the main suitcase. Gels and tape. Spare bit, that's my GoPro charging stuff. That will stay in my main case. EM10 batteries. They need to come with me. Now, my light batteries, they will go into the main compartment here with the light. There's still a bit of space in the back here. There's still a bit of space in there. Alright, now, here's my gimbal. Now this will stay with, if I do take it, this will stay in the main case, because I'll know when I'm going to be using that. The EM10 is for Sienna. So here's the thing. Here is the crazy, crazy thing. In one bag. Now, I probably am not going to have all of this stuff with me all the time, but it's an amazing point to make. I will slot the EM1 that I'm recording this on into the bag, and here in one camera bag, I have got a full set of audio gear, I've got a full set of video lights, I've got a video tripod, a light stand, my main tripod, 6 lenses, 3 camera bodies. If I was in Nepal and I decided that I wanted to just disappear and go up into the hills or go out for a whole night and do all of my video, and I've got the GoPro and the 360 camera in there, there it is, all on my back. Absolutely mind-boggling. And you know, it's not that heavy. When I was using full frame pro gear, I was, you know, all my Canon gear, I'll say it. You know, the idea of just having one body, 2 or 3 lenses was already starting to get weighty. And here we are, all in that one bag. So there we go. So anyway, the moral of the story is this. That's all the gear that I'm taking to Nepal. You know, when I went to Easter Island, I took such a vast amount of kit that I'm just not taking on this trip. My challenge was to travel light, and I'm doing that. You know, I'm not going to have all of this stuff in the bag at one time. I'm either going to be going out light painting, or I'm going to be going out shooting stills and video. But I just never thought, I never dreamed that I would, you know, potentially be able to travel to a whole nother country, produce the video that I'm producing, produce the stills that I'm producing, and do a whole lot of light painting, and it'd be all in this one compact little thing. And I think that is the amazing thing about the Olympus EM1 system, or just the Olympus mirrorless system, is just how much bang you get for the mass. I'm taking so little gear and producing beautiful, I hope, producing beautiful content with a nice compact system. Anyway, there we go, I better pack. It is about 2 p.m. and we're heading off at 7 in the morning. It's going to be an amazing trip. I'm so looking forward to heading up to Nepal, and I'm hoping I bring back some absolute gold. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a bunch of Instagram story. Nepal is a very, very connected place, so I'll be doing a bunch of social media, hopefully posting some stills. Follow me along on Instagram stories. It's going to be a great trip. Thank you very much. Namaste. Let's head to Nepal.